Hello again, Struckpop. Welcome back to another stream of Torchlight 3 with the Snow and Steam update which came out 2 days ago. I've been a bit busy wrapping up my 100% completion on Cyberpunk 2077, but now I'm ready to go and test a Blood Drinker Forged on the live server. A new one. I'm gonna be leveling it. I'm gonna start on ridiculous, but if it feels slow leveling up on ridiculous, I will definitely switch to a reasonable difficulty. But let's create it. Let's create that forged, that Blood Drinker Forged, the first on this server for me after the wipe. I did level up a few ones. Well, level up. I can't say I leveled much, but on the on the public test server, I did do some forge testing. What should I call it? Oh yeah, my regular name, Oil Drinker. Oil Drinker. There we go. My regular Blood Drinker name for forged. So yeah, we'll see how viable it is for leveling up compared to the other classes. I know how the other classes feel on ridiculous to level up. So I aim to find whether the forged with the rework is okay to level up on ridiculous. If it's not, I can always switch the difficulty to something more reasonable, but I want to see for myself now. And yeah, finally back to the game. Love Johnson says, do you expect it to perform better than your Electrode and Fire variants? I don't expect it to perform better for damage, but the survivability probably will be better. I mean, the survivability should be better. It's a Blood Drinker, so it better be able to survive more. Eventually, I aim to make one of each. When it comes to Forged, I aim to make one of each. Actually, that's not just for the Forge. For every hero, I aim to make one of each and level those up. But since on the live server, leveling up is not quick, at least not in my book. It still takes probably 10-12 hours to reach level 60 if you're doing it solo. I can't level up as many heroes as I want. And we also have a limit of 13 characters, which means you can't have 20, which is the number of combinations you might want. I'm gonna see how it performs. First of all, I don't want to use Drain. And not using Drain would really hurt this build a lot, but I've already made builds with Drain for the Forged before the game launched. But I don't want to repeat myself. I don't want to repeat my old setup with Drain. So I'm gonna just be using Blood Seekers. I'm gonna be using Blood Seekers for the extra damage. And I already have builds with pressure shot. I have builds with critical mass, and I have a build with fracking strike. So I want to test uppercut. I'm gonna make an uppercut build out of this one. So, with good time today, I will be leveling up this dude. Tomorrow I'm making patch notes overview video. It's a little bit overdue, but tomorrow I will be making the patch notes overview like I normally do, where I will be going through the patch notes, through my highlights of the patch notes, because I can't cover everything. It's a huge update with a lot of things on the patch notes, so I'm just gonna be making a highlight as usual and talking about the changes now that I know what exactly got patched. Because before the update, when we got it on the test server, I didn't have the patch notes, so I didn't know exactly everything that changed. But having it on patch notes, there might be some things that weren't there on the test server. In fact, I expect for some things that weren't there on the test server to be here. Mm. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely some good things. So far, I'm noticing good damage in the first few levels, which is nice. Rapid fire, it's actually doing pretty decent for ridiculous, but that's on trash mobs. Let's see how it will be in the first dungeon. Gear would be crucial while leveling up. If I want to stay on ridiculous throughout the leveling up process, gear would be super crucial for this setup. But I definitely don't expect this to do as much damage as Electrode and Flaming Destroy, because the Blood Drinker is just not supposed to be the damage dealing relic. You can get some nice damage out of it, but nowhere near as much damage as a Flaming Destroyer or an Electrode. Which is fair enough. I mean, you don't get as much survivability on the other relics. I mean, you do get a lot of survivability on the Bane, so the Bane can compare to the Blood Drinker survivability wise. But the Flaming Destroyer, the Electrode, they can't. Even the Cold Heart can compare, especially with some of the new sets. They have very good synergies with the Cold Heart, with that extra frost armor, frost skin, not armor, with that frost skin proc that you can get. So far, rapid fire seems to have become stronger. Before, those would have taken forever to kill. I mean, it's not. I'm not saying they're taking as much as they should to kill. I should be able to kill those that are equal level to mine quicker than I am, but it feels better than before. In regards to how much damage rapid fire is doing, so that's something to keep in mind. Okay, we got our first legendarium slot. I'm wondering what to put here. That one would be a very interesting skill early in the game. And this one could really help early in the game, we'll see. Just wondering what would be best to use early in the game. This one would be nice. Still have no idea which one to use, but okay. We don't have the forged items, that's the thing. We don't have the forged items. I'm probably gonna use charged up, maybe. I think it's not a bad choice. I'm gonna start saving up for ramming robot tier 1. I really need ramming robot tier 1 early in the game. Which reminds me, did I miss some gravestones? I've missed one here. I always miss gravestones in this quest. Oh, another one here. All right, let's go. There's another gravestone here. I love how my steam doesn't, how my heat no longer dissipates. I can save it and use it when I want to, which is amazing. Being able to use, for example, I'm saving it and boom, using it here. And then we can try and group those together like this and take advantage of the AoE. Alright, let's go kill the enemy. What's its name? The new name. Master Marrow, Scorcher of Bones. Okay, that's his new name from Bruce Killis. I think I'm just gonna use this because it's a ranged enemy. I'm not sure whether I get XP from the summons, from the ATS. Actually, I am getting XP from them. Okay, that's nice. NSFG Jester says, is range better now on Forged? Well, I can't say better, but it's definitely good. It's definitely good enough. Ranged on the Forged is pretty amazing right now. And I like how it is, especially with Pressure Shot. Pressure Shot can be so fucking overpowered and strong if built the right way. But the same applies for Critical Mass and the same applies for Fracking Strike. I've not tested Steam Powered Uppercut, and I will test Steam Powered Uppercut with this setup. This will in the end up being a Steam Powered Uppercut build. After that, I will remake my Punch Bot Drain a Lot as a Rapid Strike or Spin to Win version. Both of those would be viable. So I will make two builds out of this guy. First I'm gonna make a Steam Powered Uppercut build. Then I'm gonna make the Drain Fracking Strike version with those. But yeah, thanks very much Trevor Chadwick for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the Struck Club. Wav Johnson says, so in terms of damage potential, which one do you think has the edge on the new Forged, Fire or Electrode? And thank you for subscribing to my channel on Twitch as well, Wav Johnson. Johnson, it depends. If you want to use something like Rapid Fire, if you want to use something like Cyclone Mode or Rapid Strike, then Electrode is better, because you're gonna be proccing Lightning Strikes a lot. So a lot of hits per second from 1 to 3 skills results in a lot of procs per second. If you want to use something like Shotgun Blast, then the Flaming Destroyer is amazing. I would agree with that. If you want to use Co-Launch, the Flaming Destroyer is an obvious synergy as well. Critical Mass, I'm not sure whether it's gonna be better with either. Whereas with Pressure Shot, I think Pressure Shot is probably better for the Electrode. I think this one is better with either Electrode or Flaming Destroyer. And I think the same for Fracking Strike, better with either Electrode or Flaming Destroyer. And I think probably Steam Powered Uppercut would be better with the Electrode, because of more procs per second. And also stuns. You can stack the stuns from that one with the other one. But keep in mind, this stun would also synergize very well with Blazing Pillars because you're stunning enemies, and that means the Blazing Pillar can DPS them freely without having to chase them around the map. So there are synergies for either of those. You just have to think about not whether one relic is better or another, but whether one relic fits your build better or another. You have to think about the skills you're using and the mechanics they're implementing and how they synergize with each relic. So more hits per second is better for the Electrode, because the proc, the lightning strikes, is better on such skills that hit multiple times per second. Skills that you can just spam. Whereas if you have slower shooting skills or skills that burn, then obviously the Flaming Destroyer would be in the better synergy there. Let's see. But yeah, someone asked me to make not asked me, but said that they're waiting for me to update my punch bot drain a lot, and I will after making an uppercut build. And the new punch bot drain a lot would implement fracking strike. That's the way I see it. Drain, fracking strike, very good synergy. Circular 360 AoE fits well into the setup. Because the punch bot drain a lot can be used with either rapid strike or cyclone. Regardless which one you select, you're always gonna have 4 points in one skill, 8 points into the other. Okay, let's go to Travel Point now. But yeah, tomorrow my stream will be kind of in the evening, because I want to make a video about the patch notes, talking about the patch notes, what it means for the game and things like that. Ratatatata. Let's see. Chance to slow, chance to block, hit generation. I'd rather have more chance to block for now while leveling up. And damage with Vortex Bomb is obviously a good choice. This one's a good choice. Okay, let's sell.
Potions for you, potions for your little friend. Oh, is that all?
Did I talk to the general? Yes, I did. Green Man says, is the game still buggy or is it pretty stable? Oh, it's much more stable than when it was in early access. I'm not sure when you last played it, but in the on the test server, there were still maps that cannot be completed. There were still buggy maps that you couldn't complete because not enough enemy spawns and things like that. So I'm not sure whether this is fixed now, because I'm just starting on the live server with this update. I mean, I did report a bunch of bugs. I reported a big list of bugs a week ago, 8 days ago or something like that. So whether all of those got fixed before this made its way to the live server remains to be seen. I just want to level up this dude first, and then once I start doing endgame, I can confirm whether it's still buggy or not. But a lot of bugs have been fixed, and it's much more stable than it used to be. Even on the test server, it used to be pretty stable compared to some of the older versions, like for like 2, 3, 4 months ago. Okay, I need to get rid of the fire spewing spiders. Those ranged spiders are my bane. Let's see over there. But the new set items are amazing, by the way. The new set items are amazing, and I kind of wish I would get those for that build, but getting those and getting the right stats on those would be pretty much impossible without cheat NPCs. The RNG, like for example, I had to spend an hour talking to the cheat NPC and constantly trying to get a chest piece until I got a chest piece with pressure shot damage and things like that for my pressure shot build. We don't have this on the live server, so I won't be able to min-max the build much when I make it. And with the way RNG is in this game, if they don't implement a system where you can reroll the item stats, where you can reroll the item affixes, it's getting harder and harder to get a good rolled item. You could have 100 items of the same one after the other drop to you, and not a single one would be with the right stats you want. This would probably give you some idea how hard it is to get a legendary item of the type you want with the stats you want on it. Even if you just want one specific affix that gives you damage to one specific skill, you might need to go through 100 of those items, even 200 of those items, until you get that thing. For example, extra damage to critical mass, or extra damage to fracking strike, or extra damage to steam powered uppercut, or pressure shot. It's very grindy in this regard, and I don't think it needs to be this grindy. I disagree with the developers in this regard that as they said in one of the Mayhem Mondays, they said they want us to never be able to get min-maxed items, and they want us to never to never stop farming a build, to always need something better for our build. And I disagree with this. I think you should be able to get one item fully min-maxed with the right affixes you want, and I think you should be able to fully min-max a certain build and then move on to the next one. And that's what's fun for me, trying to min-max a build and then moving on to the next one. And with the build diversity providing over 200 different builds you can make in this game, I don't see a reason why it should be that difficult to min-max a single build in a game with this much build diversity. Unless they want us to keep playing the same character, then what's the point of all the build diversity if they want us to keep playing the same character for a year and still not get min-maxed? They should really add an affix rerolling system in this game. I'm sure probably 90% of the people playing this game would appreciate such a Diablo 3 style affix rerolling system, for example, similar to how we can change the stats on items in Diablo 3, or other games like Chronicon. It has a similar system.
Your life is slipping away.
Blazing is still pretty strong early in the game. Unridiculous. One thing I do like in this game is I can use my potion even if I'm using a skill at the same time. In Wosen, for example, you have to stop your skill before your hero can do the potion, because the potion is animation bound in Wosen, which is such a bullshit mechanic in a game like Wosen, to force your hero to have animation bound potions, animation tied to the potion, and if you're doing a skill you can't use the potion until you stop using the skill. Whereas in Torchlight 3 it's very fluid. I can be spinning with my cyclone mode and at the same time use a potion, at the same time use certain skills such as what was its name, Bloodseekers or Living Barrier, without stopping my spins, from what I remember. Those are two of the skills I think you could use this way. And you can send your pet to buy potions now. Amazing, amazing addition. I need to go to my fort, by the way, because I've got too many pets and I need to delete some so I can end up finding the new ones. But yeah, there's shit tons of bugs that have been fixed. In fact, I haven't even read the full patch notes. But if someone needs the full patch notes, I can give you the link. Let's see where it is. Actually, I've got a command for it. Patch. There we go. Where is the link now? Let me copy paste it because I wanna read a little bit. So we had the preview. Wait, it's not copying the patch. Just a moment. Copy. Copy. Come on, paste. I wanna quickly show the patch notes. Just a moment. There we go. So all 3 platforms, actually all 4 platforms got patched on the 15th of December. Which is pretty nice. That's actually pretty amazing. So I want to read something about the Fazir. I want to read the intended behavior of the Fazir, of the power creep. Is it under forts or under Fazir? Items in gear. It's probably under items in gear. Increase the chance that legendary items drop from greater item bundles earned by from contracts by around plus 50% to plus 100%. What would that mean, plus 100%? Interesting. Oh, I mean, I think it's double the chance of a regular blue item. So it's double the chance of a blue item, maybe, or something like that. Okay, interesting changes here. Where does it say something about the power creep? Maybe it's under Fazir. Fazir's dungeon, there we go. This one. Okay. This monster queue is amazing, by the way. This one, it's the best affix ever. If you don't care about farming, and if you just want more damage, this is the best thing you can get as an affix. So they're not mentioning how this works, but hopefully it works only inside the Fazir and nowhere else. That's the way I think it should work. Okay, let me switch off the browser window and we can go back into the game. What's my next quest? My next quest is go to Travel Point. I will in a moment. I'm just gonna reach the next stage before that. Okay, let's stop. This is a lot of XP on me. But yeah, I've noticed a lot of decent damage early in the game from the Forged. I would have been struggling so hard on Ridiculous to do damage before this patch. On Ridiculous with the Forged, with Rapid Fire and with Rapid Strike. Both skills would have been doing much less damage to those enemies before at this level. But yeah, so far I think they've nailed it when it comes to Forged. Much better than I expected. At first you would see something that's very strange and weird, and that's the Steam system. But once you get used to the Steam system, believe me, you're gonna love it. Unless you really just can't be bothered to have another resource. I think it's very nice. The way the Steam system works is just think of it as skills that are your nukes that you use every now and then. And if you combine it with the Mountain King wheels, that you constantly keep generating extra heat, you can just focus more on casting the Steam skills rather than the heat skills, and just make a build centered around spamming your vent skill more often, with enough cooldown reduction and things like that, and that should be fine. Okay, I needed to get rid of some pets, as I said. What is not? What is a repeat? This one is a repeat. This one looks a little bit different than that one. I'm wondering why. It looks the same on the icon, but it's a different one. Okay. Gotta make some room. Okay, now I've got plenty of room for new pets. Any low level items that I can use?
Your pet has returned.
Relic energy cost or attack speed and shocks? Probably gonna go for this one. Electric damage. Would it be better? I mean, it's still better than the HP regen. Alright, let's go talk to General Grey. Over here.
Good job with the mushrooms, recruit. What's that? A giant purple monster. I'm grateful for your help, but that sounds like a stretch. It's dark in those caves. Who knows what you saw? Why don't you get some rest? Dismissed.
Oh,
Let's buy potions.
potions for your little friend. See you next time.
I'm gonna go and buy a
Hey, adventurer.
spare weapon.
Never heard
It
you
would
and
be
Jack
needed.
talk. Giant purple monsters? You must mean the Netherrealm. Long ago they invaded our world, but the heroes of the past banished them. Are you saying they're back? We have to change the general's mind. Adventurer, travel deeper into the forest and collect proof that the Netherrealm's death is real. Bones, hides, skulls, anything you can find to convince her.
So what's next? Fields of Unrest. Come on. The loadings are still slow. The loadings still take too long for the server to process. At level 5 I get my tier 1 ramming robot, which would really help the mobility. Oh, and I'm forgetting that I've got charged up. With charged up, I would have some extra movement speed and mobility as well, which early in the game is very useful. And it's not just that, it also provides us with damage. So let's put it over here maybe. Come on, come on. I'm wondering if I should start leveling up with spinning blade for the time being, at least 1 point. It will be better to have a fewer, and then at level 10 or whenever switch to butt seekers. Maybe even use both of them for a while until I get another thing that's better. I also shouldn't be fighting as many elites. I'm gonna kill those and then just skip a bunch of elites on my way, because I want to speed through the story and I can't stop for every single bunch of elite enemies and unique enemies. It's not like it's not like it's first hero on the account. If it's your first hero on the account, it's fine to take it slow, to take your time before getting certain enemies killed. Because, well, you're getting fame and you're getting contract levels, and those early contract levels would be nice. I don't need contract levels, I've got like, what, 2000 something? 2000 and close to 2200 contract levels. Obviously I don't need those right now. But early in the game it's fine to, if you're playing on ridiculous or whatever other difficulty you select, to stop, kill some elites, get that fame, get that extra loot. But right now I'm just not gonna do it that way. I'm just gonna skip ahead to the quests, to the missions. They also give you good XP, so if you're stopping for every elite, that means you're getting extra XP for killing those. Champions give you more XP than regular enemies. So it would make sure it would help you keep up with the levels of the content, but if you rush you would find yourself out leveled. I just need to kill the Netherim here so we can skip some of the non-Netherim enemies. Well, that's a lot of them. Too many ranged enemies, and I don't have enough defense. Like this. Just gonna kill that one here. Not gonna kill the final one of that group. Just the one that was on low HP. Wait, wasn't that a jawbone I picked? And I picked another one earlier, so I should be at 2 out of 3. I'm at 1 out of 3 right now. Strange. Okay, now I'm at 2 out of 3. A lot of XP, so many skeletons in the same place. Okay, let's keep moving. What else did I need other than the jawbones? I think I just need to go there where the boss is. Getting level 5 before this boss would have been ideal. But yeah, that's the bug. That's one bug that makes no sense. The XP it takes from level 4 to level 5 is 2000. 2000 XP from level 4 to level 5, whereas from level 5 to 6, 6 to 7 and all the way to like level 30, 40 or whatever, you only need 1000 per level. You only need 1000 per level after that, and this level is unreasonably, I think it's a bug. If it's intended, shame on them for making it this much XP in between level 4 and 5. It's unreasonably high and it should be 1000. Maybe even less. It takes unreasonably too long to reach level 5, and level 5 is one of the most important levels when leveling up a hero. With level 5 you unlock your movement skills and things like that. If it's intentional, then yeah, they really need to change it. 2000 is super bad as XP requirement between level 4 and 5. And it makes no sense if the levels after that require 1000. The next 30-40 levels you get would require only 1000, whereas this one requires 2000. See, I should have been level 5 by now for this boss. If it was 1000, then I would have been. You get some amazing things at level 5, but ramming robot is the one I really needed, so I could DPS until the last moment and then dodge from those falling rocks with ramming robot. I mean, I could use this, not care about falling rocks too much, but they're gonna still fall on me. Come on, come on. Come on, die. Die. This level 5, worst thing ever. Reaching level 5. See, many people when they reach this point in the game, they will be, what the fuck is wrong? Why am I not leveling up? Why is the XP so slow? I wouldn't be surprised if people quit before even reaching level 5 with this shitty XP rate. If I were new to the game and you give me this game and get me to level up, and I see how slow it is reaching level 5, I probably would have quit if I never played the game before. And that's my first experience of the game. Should I keep the Wookiee Adventurer? I think the Wookiee Adventurer would be more useful to me for now. This extra evasion would be pretty good, but fuck it. I just not worry too much about Wobby items. Let's go get Wide Vault. See, Wide Vault, another thing you need to level 5 before fighting Wide Vault. You need at least level 7. Not 5, but level 7. But now I'm probably gonna have to fight it at level 4. And that's gonna just take unnecessarily long time. And for Wide Vault you really want your movement skill. It's just almost impossible to do Wide Vault without the movement skill. I mean, it's not impossible, it's doable, but it's very boring. To do a boss that has a charging skill that rushes at you, that can one-shot you, and not having a skill that lets you avoid danger by dodging away. It's just not fun to do such a boss fight without that movement skill. I sincerely hope this was a bug and not intended. The 2000 XP. And it's been months since this exists, or at least a month. I think it's been actually more than a month, maybe more than 2 months even, since this exists, and it still hasn't been changed. For level 5 to take 2000 XP. Okay, I'm going back. I'm going back to normal. Ridiculous is just pointless. Not with this shitty XP rate. It's just not fun.
You look ill. Can I offer you a drink? Oh, is that all?
Yet again, forged on ridiculous, just not fun to level up. If I change this early to normal, then there's something wrong. Let's keep moving. Come on.
It's a trap.
Maybe this way. Now, this is preventing me from clicking on the chest. Had to zoom in to click it. Very bad placement of those bones. Or very bad placement of the chest. In any case, one of the two was placed kind of in a bad spot, preventing the other one from getting clicked. Okay, we're almost there. Wait, something's happening. Oh, the basic attacks. The basic attacks are consuming my steam. That's what's happening. I forgot about this aspect of steam and basic attacks as basic attack builds. I'm actually probably gonna make a basic attack build as well with a sword. If I have a good sword on the forged with the Blood Drinker, a basic attack build would be pretty fun. Sword and board basic attack build with the Blood Drinker. With all that steam. But basic attack builds with mace on the electrode would be much more fun. If you want a basic attack build on the on the forged electrode is the better one. Take a mace, take that basic attack setup, that relic skill, that relic passive, shocking force or whatever it was called, and you're gonna have a very fun build if you want a basic attack setup. It's not gonna be sword and board, it's gonna be mace and board, but it's good enough. It's still one-handed plus a shield, so it still works the same way. And you're gonna have very good attack speed. That means you shouldn't be using a steam skill. You should be using only your basic attacks as steam spenders. And it's not a bad way of doing it. It's definitely a different way of doing it, but it's not gonna be bad. When I do make an electrode forged and when I do level it up, that's gonna be one of the builds I try, a basic attack forged with the electrode. I think that's the best synergy, the electrode, for a basic attack setup. The second best synergy in my opinion would be the Blood Drinker, because it's still a one-handed one. It still requires to use a one-handed weapon. I'm not a fan of using two-handed weapons on basic attack builds, because, well, I'm losing a lot of block chance and defense, and survivability is more important than damage in this game for me. Especially when it comes to Fazir, if you're pushing the harder levels, survivability could be very needed to avoid getting one shot. But now with the extra power creep, I guess it doesn't matter, honestly. With extra power creep in gear, that should be making things much easier, as long as you keep that gear updated regularly. See, on normal this guy took much longer than it needed to. And one of the reasons is I'm not level 5 yet, and it's a level 7 enemy. Okay, we gotta go to Travel Point, but before that... probably gonna go to the next zone before that. But this huge XP requirement kills the momentum. You just get some good momentum when you're leveling up quickly, and then boom, 2000 XP required from level 5. And you end up getting out leveled by enemies, even on ridiculous. Then you have to catch up. Dirty Harry. Okay, the Unkempt Herald. Interesting name for this guy's fort, for this guy's account. Zaya? Yeah, so up here.
These are perfect. Kenneth called me a fool, but I knew you'd succeed.
West.
Never could have driven those soldiers to
Am I gonna get
so
the new
impulsive
fort
and
stuff?
They better have a good explanation. Otherwise, I'll have them chained up right next to Yap.
Oh yes, potions. I've got those. See you next time.
Was helmet level 5? Yeah, I can buy a helmet because of 8 XP. 8 XP. Come on, come on. It's taking a long time. Where is this mine? So this way. Which one was this quest? The abandoned mine? Oh, it's Kennick and Hicks. So I have to be on the lookout for those. And Nayo is back. Shout out to Nayo. Welcome back, Nayo. Finally. You were missing me. You're missing my Torchlight 3 streams. Well, I'm back to playing some Torchlight 3 for the time being. I'm gonna give Cyberpunk some time to fix its bugs and glitches before I do a second playthrough on it. I'm not saying Cyberpunk is a bad game, but it does have a lot of bugs and glitches, and it has very bad optimization. Grizzly Adam wants me to give Sky a petting. Okay, let's give Sky a petting. He's lying on my bed on a blanket. Let's go give him a petting. Come on, Sky. Okay, I think I'm safe. Or am I? Sky? Come here. Okay, Sky appreciates that. Sky appreciated this. And by the way, Twitch has launched a new thing to promote streamers like me, small streamers. Sometimes you might see an event which is in the beta. I think it's called boosting, stream boosting, stream boosting, or something like this. Just a moment. I think it's called stream boosting. I don't know the exact name, but I think that's the exact name, if I'm not mistaken. And if you see it on Twitch, basically you can use those creator points, which are free, which you get as you watch the channel. You can use those, and once we reach a certain goal of spent points, and the channel gets boosted. I probably should bump the cost of things in case like that, and the channel gets boosted and gets promoted on the recommended page on Twitch, so that more people can see the channel. So what Grizzly Adam just did, he just redeemed some points. I'm not sure if my channel has that, but I think it does. I think it does because few days ago I think we activated one of those events, and I didn't realize it until after the stream was over. There was no notification on Twitch about this starting. But that's a very nice thing of Twitch to do, to give small streamers a chance to be on the recommended page on the home page on Twitch. And there's also something that makes it adds value. It adds value to those creator points, because for up until now, creator points have been just for entertainment. For example, to make your creator do something, to make the streamer do something, or to enable only emotes only mode, or things like that. Like it's up to the streamer to decide what those points are used for. When I enable my camera, I would be able to get more things done, which reminds me that I need to order the green screen finally, and settle for some shitty lights with 6000 Kelvin temperature instead of the one I wanted. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to order those.
Well-learned Imperials into the spider's lair. I wonder what the bait was. I usually forsake such trickery for direct solutions. Deceit and manipulation are more sadistic style, but results are results.
Let's see. Oh, firewall, nice. See how quickly I'm leveling up now. Now that I hit level 5, it's taking 1000 only. And it's gonna take 1000 XP for the next 20-30 levels. And it really makes no sense for level 5 to take 2000, but the levels after it to take 1000. Most likely they mistyped. Instead of 1 they typed 2 before the zeros. And maybe no one reported this bug. I definitely admit I keep forgetting to report this bug. But I don't even know if it's a bug or not. Go. Come on, come on. I think it's faster if I don't use basic attacks. I do much more DPS without them. Oh, Creek Shrine, I want that. What's happening? I can't use my attacks. Oh, I'm getting shocked, that's why. Okay, there we go. Overpowered blazing. overpowered blazing as usual. Oh wait, I forgot. Get this thing here. Okay, it's almost dead. It's almost dead. Get it, get it, get it. one potion left. Okay, I'm switching to ranged attack now.
You have my gratitude, dear hero. But there's no time to celebrate. I overheard the goblins plotting a new assault. They found
New cannon, that's not bad.
automaton in the excavated workshop.
It's gonna come handy having a new cannon. Let me check something. Crit chance, nice. Now the next quest, what was it? Travel point or something else? Oh, excavated workshop. Alright, pet, go sell. And if you've noticed, they've removed the pet items from the legendarium. There is no longer pet items in the legendarium. So would that mean they're planning on adding legendarium for pet items? Maybe a separate slot where you can put one extra pet item thing. Reaping Reaper says, hello, how you're doing? Oh, I'm doing well. Finally back to Torchlight. It feels good playing a game that's... Oh! I forgot to put my stream to 60 FPS. I forgot to put my stream to 60 FPS. Just a moment, I'm gonna stop the stream and restart it. Just a moment. I'm gonna change to 60 FPS. But it feels good to play a game at 60 FPS and not at 30. So I'm just gonna quickly stop the stream, change the FPS of the stream to 60 and restart it.